Welcome to another skill session. Today we're going to talk about auxiliary verbs, do, have, and be. You can find this on page 18 of your Listening and Speaking Book 3. The auxiliary verbs do, be, and have are used to make questions and negative statements. Use do with the simple present and simple past. So for this example, does he like pizza? Here we have does, a form of do. We are using it with the subject he. Also we have like, which is a full verb. And notice that sometimes in the present simple or simple present, you can also have be as a simple present sentence. But here we have a full verb, so we use the auxiliary verb do. As for the negative statement, he doesn't like pizza. He doesn't like pizza. So you just add not, doesn't. For the simple past, we use the past form of do, which is did. Did they bring their books? And for the negative, they didn't bring their books. Regarding be, use be with the present and past continuous. So we normally find it with present and past continuous. So, are you reading? Present continuous. Are goes with you. They agree together. We aren't reading now. Again, we also goes with are. And to make it negative, we put not. We aren't reading now. Past continuous, we use the form was for past. Was. Was Mr. Anajmi teaching here last year? He wasn't teaching here last year. Wasn't. Regarding have, we normally use have with the present perfect. Present perfect is normally made by using subject, a form of have or has, and the past participle. So we have here has for the question, has she left yet? We have now she is in agreement with has. And for the negative statement, Arwa hasn't left yet. Arwa, female, third person, has, hasn't, has not left yet. Let's try some questions. Question A says, rewrite the sentences as negative statements. Use the correct form of do, be, or have as the auxiliary verb. Question number 1. I often make snap judgments. The verb here, make, present simple, full verb. I often make snap judgments. I need to use a form of do. So I don't, because we want to make it negative, I don't often make snap judgments. I goes with do. So here we say I don't for negative. Number 2, Huda thinks first impressions about teachers are usually accurate. So we have the verb thinks. Again, present simple, full verb. So we need a form of do to go with this verb. Huda is the third person female. So Huda doesn't think. Okay, we can write that in. Huda doesn't think. First impressions are about teachers are usually accurate. Now, number 3, Sarah trusted her instincts when meeting new people. Trusted is in the past. Past simple or simple past. So we need a past form of the verb do, which we can say here we use did. And to make it negative, we say didn't. So Sarah didn't trust her instincts when meeting new people. Please complete the rest of the exercise and check your answers at the end. Okay, so for question number 4, when Walid buys something, he usually thinks about it for a long time. We now change it to, when Walid buys something, he usually doesn't think about it. Doesn't think. He goes with doesn't because it's the third person. Jomana is working hard this week. So we have now is, present continuous. Jomana is not working hard this week. And number 6, I've formed a positive impression of that company. So have, I need to change this to negative. I haven't formed a positive impression of that company. So just to recap, auxiliary verbs do, be, and have are used to make questions and negative statements. Use a form of do with real verbs, i.e., not the verb be or have or modals, in simple sentences like present simple and past simple. So in present simple, I will go with do. I do. Or you do. Or we do. Or they do. They also go with don't for the negative. And he, she, it will go with does or doesn't. As for the past, you would use did for all of the forms, pronoun forms, and you would use didn't for all of the pronoun forms. Use a form of be. So normally we use be with continuous sentences like present continuous and past continuous. So as for present continuous, we would say I am. As for negative form, I am not, or I am not. For you, we, they, we would say are or aren't. And for he, she, it, we would say is or isn't. As for the past continuous, with I, we say it was. Likewise, we say the same for he, she, it, was. But for you, we, they, we would say were. So you, we, they were or weren't. Was or wasn't for I and he, she, it. Regarding have, use a form of have in perfect tenses like present perfect. So for the present perfect, we would say I, you, we, they have or haven't. And for he, she, it, we say has or hasn't. As for the past, you would use had with all of the pronouns and hadn't with all of the pronouns.